Are you thinking about moving to Leelanau County, Michigan? I've lived here my whole entire life. Not only that, I tell people about Leelanau County, Michigan every single day of my life. It's part of my job. In 2024, I did 62 real estate transactions in Leelanau County. I personally manage almost 10% of the transactions that happen every year here. So I think there's literally nobody better than me to tell you about Leelanau County. I've helped people decide they want to live here, and I've helped people realize this isn't the place for them. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you everything you need to know before moving to Leelanau County, Michigan. Hey, I'm TJ, a local real estate agent here in Northern Michigan. This channel is TJ's guide to moving to Northern Michigan. If you haven't yet, hit subscribe. And if you're thinking about moving to Leelanau County or anywhere here in Northern Michigan, please give me a call. Without further ado, let's jump into everything Leelanau County. Just to give you a quick overview, Leelanau County has some of the clearest lakes I've ever seen in my entire life. Not only that, it's surrounded by the most freshest water in the world and some of the biggest freshwater lakes in the Great Lakes. As someone who's lived here my whole life, the amount of activities to do through the 4 seasons we experience is unmeasurable. The population of Leelanau County is 23,000. It has been increasing year after year as the county gets developed a little bit more. And if you think about a city like Traverse City, it's dealing with what people say is overdevelopment. Some of the locals feel like it's losing its charm and the character that the city used to have. Leelanau County will never be that. Anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes west of Traverse City, it is spaced out a lot more than you would experience when you drive through Traverse. Leelanau County also has the Leelanau Conservancy, which is special. Their mission is conserve the land, water, and scenic character of Leelanau Peninsula. And this really speaks to what Leelanau County truly is about. For example, our family has our 300-acre farm in the Leelanau Conservancy. So what's special about the Leelanau Conservancy is it's literally preserving the character of the area. The locals, the people that travel here, enjoy it, year round. There's trails, there's the Sleeping Bear Dunes. You have the national park too, which ties in so closely with the Leelanau Conservancy because, again, they're all about preserving the character of what's been here and what will be here forever and making sure that that's going to last forever for everybody to enjoy in the future. For example, our family put the 300-acre farm that we own in the Conservancy just a couple years ago to make sure that it'll never be anything other than beautiful farmland as you drive through the county. Let's talk a little bit more about the nature and the outdoors here in Leelanau County. I mentioned this before and in other videos, but the Sleeping Bear Dunes National Lakeshore has to be talked about. People use the dunes for all kinds of reasons. Go for a workout, take the family there for a nice day-long hike with a picnic basket overlooking Lake Michigan, and you can go down the backside of the dunes all the way down to Lake Michigan, but a lot of people don't recommend it because that's a tough hike back up. There's also all kinds of trails for pure stocking and beaches on Little Glen Lake to explore there, right around the dunes. As far as trails go, there are many available to you in Leelanau County. I'll highlight a couple for you. The Leelanau Trail connects to the Tart Trail. There's also the Sleeping Bear Heritage Trail that's on the west side of Leelanau County that is 20 miles of bike paths and hiking paths all the way from Empire up to 669. Especially in summertime, if you're looking for a good hike, there are so many options around the county. Now let's talk about the Lake Michigan beaches. As you've seen in the screenshot and throughout this video, Leelanau County is a peninsula. If you did a little search for beaches in Leelanau County, you're going to see a peppering of them all around the whole coast of the area. Just to highlight a few, there's Bohemian Beach, there's a Sleeping Bear Lakeshore, Vans Beach in Leland, Sutton's Bay Beach, obviously it's Sutton's Bay, and Good Harbor Beach is one that you'll find a lot of families up and down the beaches in the summertime. Since we're on the topic of water, let's talk about the inland lakes in Leelanau County. I've mentioned this in previous videos, but the lake culture is a huge part of the county, and really the lifestyle here at large in Northern Michigan. In Glen Arbor, you'll find the Glen Lakes, Big Glen Lake and Little Glen Lake. Little Glen Lake is a little different culture than the Big Glen. Big Glen Lake is more friendly all sports lake. When you go out to fishing, the water skiing, boating, bigger boats. Little Glen Lake's a little more calm. It's a lot more shallow, but it's also a great lake to fish on in the winter. Lime Lake, a little east of Glen Arbor, is special to me. Our family spends almost every weekend out there on the lake. That lake is great for fishing. Again, it's an all sports lake, but it's a little more condensed. And even though it's a public lake, there's not many boats on it in the summer. Just north of Lime Lake, across M22, is Little Traverse Lake. Same feeling, same vibe as Lime Lake. It's just some people prefer one or the other because they grew up, enjoying those lakes. And the biggest lake of them all, or I should say the longest lake of them all, is Lake Leelanau. That traverses all the way from Lake Leelanau up to Leland. You work through the Narrows, so you can literally spend a whole day or 2 days traveling from Lake Leelanau up to Leland, doing all the shopping and enjoying all the food. I want to quickly talk to you about the Manitou Islands. The Manitou Islands are 2 islands that sit on really the northwest coast of Leelanau County. Most people take a boat out of Leland. If you want to do some hiking or even overnight camping, you can do that on the Manitou Islands. How I personally enjoy the Manitou Islands is there are great fishing charters out of Leland, and you'll take those boats, get trout, salmon, steelhead, all the things during the summer. I want to talk to you about a really interesting thing about Leelanau County, and it's known for its rock hunting. First, I want to highlight the Leland Blue. Instead of trying to explain it myself, mynorth.com put it really well. By 1870 to 1885, Leland was a smog-filled industry town anchored by the Leland Lake Superior Iron Company. After the smelting industry failed because of the large overhead costs and the lack of a good harbor in Leland, the remains of the industry, including heaps of slag, were dumped into the harbor. Slag is a byproduct of the smelting process. Raw ore is heated, and the desired iron is separated from the various natural impurities. When those impurities cool, the result is a stone called slag. Leland Blue specifically is the mix of blue glass with those other chemicals, but with varying chemical medley can also cause the slag to appear purple, gray, or a shade of green. Today, people find this slag material on the shores of Leland's beaches. And as you can see, this is what Leland Blue looks like. If you're not into rock hunting, you can still get Leland Blue. Check out any of the stores throughout the different cities of Leelanau County, and they have earrings, necklaces, all kinds of things made out of it. Another type of rock hunting in the area is Petoskey stone hunting. I'm going to show you what it looks like, but a fair trigger warning for anybody who has tryptophobia. Okay, I'm going to show it in 3, 2, 1. So as you can see, these are really unique patterns that you'll find from fossils along the beaches. A lot of people go out rock hunting, collect all the Petoskey stones, and go home and put them in a rock garden. A lot of people have rock tumblers. They'll polish them up. And again, in multiple stores throughout the area, you'll find that Leland Blue right next to the Petoskey stones. Now let's talk a little bit about food and drink here in Leelanau County. First, you got to talk about the wineries. There's 28 of them here in the county. Now, every town in Leelanau County has at least one winery, probably 3. And as you visit those, some offer free tastings, some don't. But you always can pay for tastings, sometimes pair them with food. Some of the wineries have really cool views overlooking Lake Michigan. And some of them are a lot smaller and a lot more intimate right inside the cities in Leelanau County. I'm a big foodie, so we got to talk about food. I'll probably talk too much about food, so wait till the end of the video and I'll give you a rundown of all my favorite restaurants throughout the county. To give you an overview, each town has its own few local restaurants. This ranges from farm to table to sports bars to actually some international cuisine as well. You're not going to have 15 options like you would on every block in a big city, but you'll find one that's special to you. Again, stay to the end and I'll give you a rundown of all my favorites. As it relates to shopping in Leelanau County, you have a few options. The main towns I think about for shopping in Leelanau County are going to be Glen Arbor, Leland, and Suttons Bay. Here you're going to find local shops like boutiques, artisan retail, very authentic and local. The things that are grown here in Leelanau County, people take great pride in and put them into candles, put them into scents, teas, all the things that make Leelanau County, Leelanau County. If you're looking for that big box shopping, you're gonna have to go into Traverse City. For most parts of Leelanau County, you're about a 20-minute drive into Traverse City. But if you're up in Northport at the tip, you're probably at least 45. Now let's talk about those special events that you can find in Leelanau County throughout the year. I'm gonna separate these into 2 types. We have the summer festivals and then the winter festivals. Something that happens in northern Michigan throughout the summer is that population really swells. People are here for their summer home or just here on a vacation or just simply soaking up this beautiful weather. So naturally, most of the summer festivals are geared more towards those people that are here on vacation. Honestly, in the summer, some of us locals avoid more of the busier summer festivals. But there really is something for everybody. Closest to my hometown is the Empire Asparagus Festival. Then there's the Suttons Bay Arts Festival. The Cedar Polka Fest is definitely one you don't want to miss. And it is in the summer, but that one is full of locals. You have the Suttons Bay Art Festival in August, the Leland Wine and Food Festival, which is in June, and there's also the Summer Solstice Art Walk. To transition into the winter festivals, these are definitely more geared towards the locals. I'm going to highlight 2 for you. The first is the Yeti Fest in Suttons Bay, And then that same weekend, there's actually the Winterfest in Glen Arbor with a chili cook-off and ice perch fishing. The cool thing about the Glen Arbor Winter Festival is it's held right on Boondock's deck, and actually my real estate office is right there outside of the festival. Make sure to stop by in the summer. I'd be happy to get you a drink, a beverage, an ice cream right on the deck there at Boondocks. If you're thinking about living in Leelanau County and you have children, you're definitely going to want to know about the schools. So let me talk about first the public schools. A lot of the towns here have their own public school system. For example, Suttons Bay, Leland, Glen Lake, and Northport. Some of them have individual elementary, middle school, and high school, but a lot of them are one single school that's serving K through 12. The Traverse City school system does bleed up into Leelanau County a bit as well. Where you want to live is going to dictate the public school that your children can go to. So if you have any questions about what schools might be a better fit for you and your family, reach out. I'd be happy to chat through that with you. There are also many private school options for you in Leelanau County. In the Glen Arbor area, you have the Leelanau School. There's the Leelanau Monastery in between Lake Leelanau and Leland. St. Mary's Catholic School is in Leland. And then also there's Pathfinder School in the southeast corner of Leelanau County. Again, it really depends on what experience you're looking for your kids. So please reach out and I'd be happy to talk to you. Before I close out, I have to talk about real estate in Leelanau County. You got to know, over the last 5 years, the median price of a home here has increased dramatically. You can see on this Zillow index, the average home was $343,000 in 2017. Fast forward to now, and we're closer to $650,000. So even though it might seem like it's more expensive than it was before COVID, the investment in land and homes here has been very secure. From my perspective, land and homes in our area are such a good investment because it is such a special area that attracts those people that want to do vacation, a lot of second home buyers, and there's a lot of us multi-generational families that live in the area as well. Because of that, vacant land has almost tripled in price in the last 5 years. As far as residential real estate that's available to buy, you can find some single family homes more inland in Leelanau County and a few condos starting in the $300,000 range. You are going to get a lot more options and more desirable locations as you raise that budget. And if lakefront's of interest, there are a lot of properties along the lakes that range from $1 million up to $4 million. If you're thinking about buying real estate in Leelanau County, please give me a call. No matter what stage of the process you're in, I would love to be a resource for you. And because I help so many people buy real estate here are my best tips for you. First, find that local agent that'll understand what you're looking for. Leelanau County is not a copy and paste option like many other places that you've been to. So it's really a good idea to understand the whole landscape of Leelanau County and what's going to fit perfectly into your lifestyle. Which leads me to my second tip. Take a long weekend, get in the car, and go through all the towns of Leelanau County. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, let me give you a rundown of some of my favorite spots here in Leelanau County. Arts Tavern in Glen Arbor, usually rated Red Hot Best Burger in Leelanau County. Boondocks Deck in Glen Arbor. Live music every night. Village Inn and Joe's Friendly Tavern in Empire. They have their own homemade root beer and great breakfast. You have the Cove in Leland. Get a Chubby Mary. They have smoked chubs that come from Carlson's Fish Market. The Riverside Inn in Leland, right on the river. It has really high-end food, great Father's Day and Mother's Day brunch. Fisher's Happy Hour Tavern between Leland and Northport. Awesome fried chicken. Not just a bar in Omena, overlooking the bay of Lake Michigan over towards Charlevoix. Hooked to Not Just a Bar is Leelanau Cellars. Go over and try their 40 different kinds of wine. Head up to Northport. There's the bowling alley, Northport Pub and Grill. When you're in Northport too, check out the Minton Brewery. Suttons Bay has Martha's Table, which is a little higher end eating. North Country Kitchen specializes in Creole food. Boone's Primetime in Suttons Bay. Got to get one of the Bloody Marys. It's a meal in itself. Burger, chicken slider, has olives, has everything that you can imagine. If you're looking for those microbrews, Hop Lot Brewery, they have a beer garden that is open year round. In the summer, they have fire pits going. In the winter, you can rent an igloo. So many beers and great food to choose from. Don't forget about Dick's Poorhouse in Lake Leelanau. It is exactly what it sounds like. Great bar food and great pours. If you love Indian fare, NJ's Market, the grocery store in Lake Leelanau, is a great stop for that. Right around the corner is Natolo's Seafood. You can get some fresh oysters. Capital Dog in Lake Leelanau. Get that hot dog. I think they have 20 different varieties right on the river. Check that spot out. When you head down into Cedar, my favorite spot with me and my wife on date night is the Cedar Tavern, and you can play the Keno there. Across the street, Bunting Cedar Market. They have all the fresh smoked meats in the area. Broomstacks in Maple City. They have year-round curling and a great variety of food. PBJ Pizzas, my favorite. The Runaway Train Omelet is to die for at Pegtown Station in Maple City. Check out that. They do have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And as you get closer to Traverse City, Apache Trout Grill right on Lake Michigan, amazing food and another another place for an amazing Mother's Day brunch. West End Tavern, best ribeye in town in my opinion. Glendale's Burgers, probably the best burger in Traverse City as well. And finish it up with the Dockside Market, right on the water, across from the marina in Traverse City. Best sandwiches you'll find in town, fresh made daily in the cooler, and they have a smokehouse there as well for your jerky. If that wasn't enough for you, or I left your favorite spot out, leave it in the comments below and I'll make sure to mention it in the next video. Thanks for watching.